World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Israeli shelling and military activity struck at least 5 towns in southern Lebanon on Monday, including a reported large explosion in the town of Hadatha, according to Lebanon's national news agency. No casualties were immediately reported, while the Israeli military said it carried out a precise airstrike after a suspicious vehicle approached its troops. The attacks come despite a recent preliminary agreement calling for Israel's withdrawal from parts of southern Lebanon, though Israeli leaders say the deal still allows continued operations. The Iran-backed group Hezbollah, which was not part of the agreement, has criticized the arrangement. Meanwhile, officials from Israel and Lebanon are set to meet in Rome later this month for further border talks as Lebanon reports more than 4,300 deaths from Israeli strikes since early March. In other news overseas, Egypt national team manager Hossam Hassan has called the suffering of the Palestinian people a shame on the world during a World Cup press conference in Atlanta. Speaking to reporters, Al Jazeera reports, Hassan said anyone who does not feel the Palestinian people's hardship lacks humanity, and he criticized global leaders for failing to act. His remarks drew applause inside the press room. Hassan, who recently faced criticism in Israel after waving a Palestinian flag following Egypt's win over Australia, urged the sports community to take a stand. He called on FIFA, athletes, and the media to use football as a form of soft power to push for the rights and dignity of Palestinians. And finally, Ukraine's Air Force says a critical shortage of interceptor missiles left it unable to shoot down any of the 23 Russian ballistic missiles fired at Kiev overnight on Sunday. The BBC reports at least 15 people were killed in the capital, with 8 more deaths reported in the surrounding region during what officials describe as the second major attack in a week. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukrainian defenses were able to intercept cruise missiles and drones, but not ballistic threats. He is urging allies at this week's NATO summit to make stronger commitments to provide advanced air defense systems. President Zelensky also warned that Russia is likely to continue targeting civilian areas as long as key systems like Patriot missiles remain limited. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.